Hi, welcome to B3 Comics. Marvel now continues with Young Avengers #1. The issue is written by Kieron Gillen with art by Jamie McKelvey. The issue opens in space. Kate Bishop, a young former Hawkeye, wakes up after her tryst with Novar, formerly the Protector. Unfortunately, their ship is attacked by the Skrull. The two do their best to fight off the attack. We then move to New York. Using his shapeshifting powers, Hulkling disguises himself as Spider-Man and stops some crime. After, he returns home to his partner Wiccan. The two discuss their role as superheroes in the world. Hulkling says that he feels lost without any family in his life. Wiccan then goes into his closet and secretly uses his magic reality-altering powers. Meanwhile, Kid Loki is having a milkshake. When the check comes, he announces that he's the god of mischief and leaves without paying. However, Miss America follows Loki and attempts to fight him before he teleports away. Back at Wiccan's house, he has used his powers to bring Hulkling's Skrull mother back from the dead so they can be reunited. After Wiccan and Hulkling go to sleep, Hulkling's mother meets with Wiccan's adoptive parents. However, the issue ends with her using her Skrull powers to attack them. Before I get into any specific plot points of this issue, first I want to take a look at the general roster of the Young Avengers. The first characters we're presented with are Novar and Kate Bishop. Novar is the Protector. He was on the Avengers. Last time we saw him was AVX. He was in the Secret Adventures title as they went to try to battle the Phoenix in space, but he ended up betraying the Avengers and helping out the Kree Supreme Intelligence, but then later betraying the Kree, and now he's kind of rogue. So we haven't seen him since then. Kate Bishop, the last time we saw her, I think, was Avengers Children's Crusade, where she and the Young Avengers basically went looking for the Scarlet Witch, and they ended up battling Doctor Doom after he gained the Scarlet Witch's power. She's basically a Hawkeye protege type character. So she has no superpowers, but she's incredibly good with the bow and arrow. The next two characters presented are Kid Loki, who we obviously know Gillen wrote in Journey into Mystery, and we also see Miss America, who's a relatively new character. She's from an alternate dimension, and we don't know too much about her. She has some superpowers, though. And then the last pair we see are Hulkling and Wiccan. Hulkling is a Skrull. He's pretty powerful, and he is in a relationship with Wiccan. He's got reality-bending powers, and they're kind of magically based. These cast of characters are obviously really cool. It provides a lot of areas for Gillen to go with story, since they comprise so much of the Marvel Universe. But some characters I was wondering where they are that I think that they should be in the Young Avengers are Speed, who's Wiccan's brother, also the son of Wanda, the Scarlet Witch. He was in Avengers Children's Crusade, and I don't know why he's not here now. Maybe he'll join the Young Avengers later, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I'm sure Gillen wasn't allowed to take people from the Jean Grey School or something like that, but I think they would be kind of cool additions. So we'll have to wait and see if the roster grows any more. But right now, the roster is pretty solid. So in this issue, besides introducing all the different characters, Gillen also kind of tries to set up the first arc. The Skrulls seem to be invading because they're attacking Novar when he's in space. And then we also see down on Earth, Wiccan decides to use his reality-bending powers to pluck Hulkling's dead mother, who's also a Skrull, and from another timeline or something like that, and save her. And of course, then she turns on Wiccan's adopted parents. And to me, that just seems like a very stupid thing to do. I think anybody with reality bending powers knows that you're not supposed to change the time stream, but he does anyways. I guess that just shows immaturity, and that's what the Young Avengers are all about, being immature and making stupid mistakes. So we'll see what that mistake turns into. I assume Hulkling's mother is probably going to kill the adoptive parents, but we'll have to wait and see. I brought up the fact that with this broad cast of characters, there's so many places for Gillen to take the story. Obviously, with Kid Loki, they can go into the whole Asgardian world and do that sort of thing. With Wiccan, you can address the whole Scarlet Witch kind of backstory and her connection to the Avengers and the X-Men. Scarlet Witch also has magical-based powers, so they can kind of get into that whole realm of magic and, bring in, Doctor Strange-type storylines. Hulkling is a Skrull, and Novar is a Kree, so they can obviously go to the kind of cosmic universe and, maybe have some Shi'ar, Kree, Skrull storylines, which would be interesting. Miss America is from a parallel universe, so they could go parallel universe hopping, almost like kind of Reed Richards does sometimes. Kate Bishop is an average human, so they can kind of just go with like helping the average person type storylines, and they can also just go with general Avengers storylines. The fact that they can have so many different possible storylines is really cool to me. Personally, what I'm hoping for is a Mephisto storyline. Loki obviously had some fun with him back in Journey Mystery, and Gillen did a great job of writing that, so I'm sure he could crush it again in Young Avengers. And I'd also like to see a Scarlet Witch storyline. Avengers Children Crusade was actually pretty cool, seeing them find Wanda again, battle Doctor Doom when he has Wanda's powers, which makes him like almost a god. So there's just so many places for story to go, and that should make this series great. When it comes to giving a grade to Young Avengers #1, I'll admit I was a little underwhelmed by the first issue. I kind of expected a lot more because Gillen's run on Journey was just incredible, and I expected this to be a lot more fast-paced. The beginning, this first issue, I guess, was just introducing characters, and not a ton was explained, and I didn't really like that. So I'm personally going to give this issue 3.5 out of 5. But I still have great expectations for this series, and I still think it's worth reading. So 3.5 out of 5. So thanks for watching V3 Comics review of Young Avengers #1. Before I go, I got a question for you guys, though. I brought up the fact that Gillen has so many places to go with story with this broadcast of characters. I want to know from you guys, where do you want the story to go? Do you want it to go as Guardian, Cosmic? Leave your answer below in the comments, and please thumbs up this video if you like it. Thanks.